Here he is again, just like a child, Ponder. They're just like children. Look at how he's dressed. And Ponder, they're in nightclubs with full-on winter gear. Look, full-on winter gear. Look at that. And they all have hats on. I haven't seen him one time without a hat on, Ponder. Not one time.
47.
Oh, huh? Say what, Ponder?
47. He's in the same league with the Izzy Bands, the same league as him. Listen, he's not even Gen X. Do you realize this man actually would have gone to school with you? I think that's where there needs to be a comparison. There is you, the landlord. It's not funny, John. There's you, the landlord. John, you know what? Be a rapper and just call yourself the urban landlord. I'm the landlord. Just actually, you do.
The urban rapper.
You already do. Like your intro is you rapping. That's you.
Listen,
a fashion statement or a foot sauna.
I'm gonna go whatever's comfortable for you. If you could wear it, if it's comfortable for you, own it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in the summer you could wear some chuckers or something. You could throw the constructors on with some girl socks or some thin socks, throw the footies on. You know?
Did that nigga just say girl socks? Have mercy.
I'm saying, so, I mean, they make your feet hot a little bit, but yeah, you know. I went and bought some Louis Vuitton joints. Them joints, like, they look good, but the room I need my feet roomy, okay? Right. I'm an older guy. I like to feel comfortable. I'm not so much I'm ready to go out there and get some sketches. It's New York, so you gotta walk hard. You gotta walk hard out here.
Well, it seems in July. Do you feel like it's a fashion statement or a foot sauna?
These are like children, Ponder. These are like children.
John, you would have gone to high school with this man.
Yeah.
You would have gone to high school with him. The only difference is just geography. When you're in high school, you're still in the South. He's here in Harlem, and he would have been in Harlem with Pastor Manning.
Yeah.
He would have been in Harlem with Pastor Manning.
You know,
look at the difference now.
Look now. Listen, this might be an old video of him, Ponder. Listen to this.
I'm good. If this shit stop right now, I'm gonna find something else to do.
Okay. So what? So
and I'm gonna still look pretty, and fuck all the bitches and do it, and smoke, shower, and drink Grand Cru. I'm gonna still be that nigga, dog. That's what I'm like. That's what niggas feel a bit like. I be myself. I'm me.
So we like. I wanted to ask you.
I don't care, dog. I'm good. If this shit stop right now, I'm gonna find something else to do.
Okay. So what? So
and I'm gonna still look pretty.
Any questions?
John, nobody can ever bring up. I remember CT brought up. People always. Oh, John is always smoking. John is always drinking. You are the landlord. That's what's so mind-boggling. You have people bringing up, oh, John is smoking. John is drinking. You're the landlord. You have assets in DC.
Ponder,
he's selling shirts.
Ponder, I came in last night, and I said, at least I said, damn. I said, it just hit me, Ponder. I was in the clothing aisle in Walmart, and all around me was immigrants. No Easy Bands, no Angry Mans, no big ass hats for sale, no fancy sunglasses, just lowly Gildan branded sweatshirts and whatever the hell other brands they have, Hanes and all that kind of shit. And I don't have the push, the external pressure, I should say, to dress like that. But these men, for whatever reason, do. And it's in their ways says, I've never said that, and I can even imagine forming those words. I'm pretty. I'm so pretty.
John, can you please bring up something? You both of you are the same generation, around the same age. You would have gone to high school together, literally.
Yeah.
Yes, you're not even peers. You have content where you're speaking to another man who's actually older than you, and he owns assets. he's also the landlord. Again, an older white guy. He had like a blazer on. The both of you were chatting. You know, you're discussing business, but he's older than you. But the common denominator is that you're both landlords.
Yeah.
Now you have this guy, same generation, same age as you practically, and he is still in like this young hip hop, hanging off a car with other people, not doing anything, being idle, still thinking that he's half his age.
And
Like,
one of the things he said was, about those.
Where was that split though, John? Where was that split that you're John Galt, like you both are coming from like high school together, but one goes in one direction and the other goes in another direction, and it's like black and white.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
it's like 0 and 1. It's binary, and you're coming from the same high school, same generation. That needs to be alive on its own.
Yeah.
And you need to bring up that content, how you have assets, you're able to sit down in New York on an afternoon, a sunny afternoon, and speak business with other landlords, other asset owners. And he even said, "Oh, you're a landlord too, aren't you?" Like he knew also like a landlord, that he knew that you also owned assets.
I don't often read stuff on the stream. I think it's hard for the people in the chat. But Pony, I want to go through this with you. This is Max B. And the only reason I'm going through this, honestly, is I hope Sam Steele's in the little audience. This comes under the landlord purview because these people live somewhere, correct? All these people live somewhere, and what you're going to see here is some. We wonder if you no hell no. What the fuck I won't stand over here for? I tell you, listen. You should listen to everything I'm saying here. Look at these blacks. Why the hell would I want some? I just said to JP, I wouldn't want the Tazes around me. Like if I got people like that around me, I just really try it on my own with the people that that's cool with me, because I can't trust those people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already down at the bottom. I don't need anyone pulling me further down, right? I got gravity going against me anyway, and I need people that's going in my direction that I can be assured of. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I look at it. And so again, here's Max B. Point. I'm going to stop and start. I'm going to read a little bit of this as we go. And I'm going to jump over because I know a lot of this stuff. Damn, is this the right one? Let's see. Hey, okay. Let me get down to the good part. So he had served 7 years before he served these 17 for armed robbery. I don't know if you knew this. Is anyone familiar with the circumstances of his latest incarceration?
The 17 years?
Yeah. Is anyone familiar with that before I go any further?
I don't think so.
Okay, so he was dating.
You have people who work in your life chat.
He was dating a woman, right? And this woman has been on DJ Vlad, and I'll show you a picture of her. And so he was dating this woman, and she was a drug addict, whatever, doing drugs, whatever, loose woman. Here she is right here. This is her. I can't play it because Vlad will copyright you, but that's her. And so she's trying to stay in the good graces of him because he's a rapper. She's from South Carolina somewhere. So she finds a man. She's a prostitute working at a strip club, sleeping with men for money. So this woman right here at the top, her name is Gina Conway. And so she bumps into a man and she sees him carrying a lot of money. He was a black man engaged in identity fraud. This black woman, wanting to get in the good graces of the rapper, tells the rapper, she goes to the hotel with him. He puts her out. I guess he finds another woman. She goes and tells Max B, hey, let's go rob this man in the hotel. So they go rob the man in the hotel. Max B did not go. Max B's brother-in-law, cousin, half brother, some shit like that, went to rob the man in the hotel. And She had the hotel key to get in this room, but the key didn't work. So she knocked on the door. He answered the door. The woman was in the room with him, answered the door. Anyway, so she tied the woman up. They tied the man up, beat him up. He didn't have the money, or say he didn't have the money in the room. So they told another man that was in another room, his partner, to come and bring the money. He came, tried to fight, and the man shot him in the face. So that's the murder that Max B went to prison for. That was the murder right there. Max B did not commit the murder with his own hands, but he set it all in motion. So that's why he went to prison for murder, and that's why she went to prison. Okay, so the man's dead. This woman and the other man take the clothes off the man. She's dating a big bouncer at the strip club. The clothes are too big for Max B, so who the hell were the clothes for? They stripped him of his personal possessions, so on and so forth. But they left behind maybe they took the computer, and the computer is what ended up getting the other man put in prison, the one that was in the bed, not the dead one, but the other man. So that is the kind of the genesis of how Max B ended up going to prison. Does that all make sense?
John, that's a lot of criminality right there.
And deep down within that criminality is backstabbing and deceit and betray, immorality. I won't even call them relationships. I would just call them just sexual, just sexual conquest amongst each other, where the women are having sex with men like the men are having sex with women. They're just like animals. There is no relationship between any of these people, and that's what you will see here. And I think it is here. This interwoven tale starts in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Baltimore native Gina Marie, that's the lady that you see on the screen here. I'll read this and I'll share the picture on the screen here. Baltimore native Gina Marie was living in North Carolina in 2005 with her common law husband of nearly 10 years. She was a huge fan of the Diplomats, the Harlem-based rap crew fronted by Cameron, Jim Jones, and Jules Santana. Her admiration for Dipset was evident in the amount of time she spent in the chat rooms singing their praises. Ponder, does this not sound familiar? Miss Conway had to have been thrilled when she heard that Dipset was going to be performing in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. The fact that she was able to get a backstage pass to the show, no doubt added her elation. This excitement was tempered when she realized she would not be meeting Cam or Jules. Disappointed by not meeting her rap idols, Miss Conway did take the time to introduce herself to the Diplomats. Among the performers was Max B, Charlie Wingate, while she would claim later in court that she only talked to him in order to smoke his weed. Gina and Max's relationship would end up being something neither party would soon forget. So here she is saying, I just want to smoke some weed. Transactional. They're always trying to get something out of another. If she had just smoked her own weed, she may not have been in prison. She may not have gone to prison. And this is Gina Conway. This is black women and how they, not all of them, but how some of them approach relationships. She met Max, convinced him to move her to New York to live with him. She packed up her life and left her husband, quote unquote, in North Carolina to cohabitate with Max at his residence in the Bronx. And I bet you this is a housing project. 1950 Andrews Avenues in the Bronx. It was a sordid affair. Max was busy getting this rap together while Gina was plying her trade as an exotic dancer at Sin City in the Bronx. Anyone ever been to the Bronx, you know what Sin City is. Neither of these professions makes monogamy easy, and beyond that, neither person seemed like the marrying type. As I keep saying, a lot of blacks should not get married. A fact that came up repeatedly in the trial with various boyfriends and girlfriends in the picture. This initial arrangement did not last long. About 6 months after moving in, Gina moved back to Baltimore with her family. The first breakup was only the beginning of end for this couple. Max, once again, convinced her to move back to New York. But this time there was a small caveat. Max was now living with another woman. But as he would find out, Gina was open-minded to living with the three of them. They're making it a threesome. So this fact did not deter her. She jumped at the chance to join Charlie Wingate, Max B's harem. While the exact arrangements aren't clear, both women considered themselves to be his girlfriend. This is Black America. Like all good things, Gina and Max's second act did not last. China, a woman so striking that Saludi prefaced her every mention in court with that fact, became pregnant with Max's child. So now they further convoluted. Max and China thought that Gina should no longer live with them. She's pregnant, of course, so Miss Conway was forcibly thrown out of the apartment. At this time, it was about a month before the death of the man that they killed. So she weaseled her way back into the man's life after being thrown out onto the street while he had a baby on the way. So he committed this murder while he had a child or was about to have a child. But again, the story of these two lovers did not end there. She was determined to stay in New York and carve out her niche in Harlem world. She moved in with one Michael Murder Mike Wingate at 480 St. Nicholas Ave. Murder Mike is one of Max B's brothers. So this woman who was once dating Max B now has moved in with his brother. That is amazing in and of itself. And his name is Murder Mike. The fact that she lived with people related to Mike says a lot about Gina. She still had very strong feelings for Max. She still called herself his girlfriend, saw him on a daily basis. The two remained very active. At this point in her life, she seemed very driven to remain in New York. She went on and said she had drug habits and so on and so forth. Anyway, long story short, they commit this crime, didn't get much money out of the deal. Max B sitting up in prison begging for bail, and Jim Jones finally bails him out. $2 million bail. I think it was lowered to $100,000, give or take. And Jim Jones convinces Max B to sell his publishing rights in exchange for the bail. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. I don't know much about music, right? It is what it is. But either way it goes, so that is why those two have strife. And so again, this is a 17-year-old man, 17-year prison bid being done by a 47-year-old man. He's coming back out to rap. Nothing has been built up around him. His whole life has been about scamming, disastrous failed relationships. And that is Max B coming back to rap at 50 years old. Yeah, kind of amazing, fun. I don't know what you think there.
50 years old, John. That it's just, it's mind-boggling and earth-shattering. And there really does need to be a live focused on Gen X Black men.
Yeah.
All the
what age group is that?
That's everybody born in the 70s and 90s. Yeah. Born in the 70s. Everyone's pushing 50. You all know the 90s. You were very young in the 90s. Very young. Like the golden age of hip hop. You all grew up off Pac, Biggie, Death Row, all of that. Like you know the 80s. You were a kid in the 80s, like that good R&B music, Luther Vandross, good music. They're just, it's especially him, late 70s. You have to wonder what happened, John, that he did not, what stopped him from moving in the direction as you? Because remember something, he's in Harlem. He has a level of access because he's from New York than you do. You would be, you moved to New York. He's a New Yorker. I only bring this up because in the 90s, they were giving these jobs to these young Black men. Ask BD Sports, Big Dog Sports.
Well, I think, Ponder, honestly, like, look
why
at
did
this.
he not work in finance?
Well, he ain't gonna work in finance, but look at this. He's not gonna do that shit. Come on now, Ponder. But look at this. So this is Max B getting out of prison, and look what he's trying to do. He's trying to get married again. This man ain't got a pot to piss in or one to throw it out of. He get married. Like, further complicating his life. Man, you just got out of prison. You probably he's still on a release term from prison. Get your life together. Why try to complicate it? Because you know what's going to happen. I don't even know if she's white. I think she's Hispanic. But you know what's going to happen, partner? Hey, I'm just keeping it straight with you because I know how these people live. He's going to get in an argument with her because he's out in the party, clubbing, women going to throw themselves at him. He's going to get in an argument.
and he's
He's
drinking
and
and
he drinking,
using.
right, drugging. He's like in an argument with her because some woman's all over him, and she probably don't really care that much. She just doesn't want to be replaced. And then now the police are involved, and he's going to be on violated parole or probation, whatever the hell he's on. And so this is what I'm saying. Just simplify your life. Stop trying to take on much more than your simple mind can take on. Right? You can't maintain a relationship. You haven't been able to do it when you were free the first time. Now you're going to maintain a relationship under the conditions of the government having you on probation, parole for 5 years, where this woman can call the police and just taunt you for any reason. They further dig holes